Prison reform advocates have had a pretty good couple of days here with the firing of Jeff Sessions to many thought the largest roadblock to reform. He's no longer with the White House. And now, believe it or not, the Fraternal Order of Police Officers have given their support to the cause and dreams of reform, and that may help it become a reality. Adding icing to the cake, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell promises to bring a reform bill before the Senate after the midterms, and there seems to be strong bipartisan support. Joining me now to discuss, Stacy Washington, host of Stacy on the Right. Stacy, I thought you'd be a perfect guest on this because there's some diehard conservatives who think this is a very, very bad idea. I was in that camp for a long time, but I do believe nonviolent felons probably, should be allowed the right to vote for many reasons. But I want to get your opinion on this.
Well, Charles, I'm actually right in the middle. I believe that nonviolent offenders have every opportunity to basically be rehabilitated, and other countries do a little bit better of a job of that. Our prisons tend to be criminal boot camps where you go in and you're not really a huge criminal and you come out and you've been trained. You now know how to be a full-blown criminal. And so we need to keep people who are first-time offenders out of that system. And so rehabilitation for people who are already in, who weren't violent offenders, is also of utmost importance to us because we want to reduce their chance of actually reoffending. So this is a wonderful development to see so many different sides of the conversation come together and really put some substantial input into creating solutions here.
Right.
And a lot of the suggestions, Charles, they're great. They're wonderful suggestions that I can't see any reason not to do them.
It's interesting also. Think about Florida in the midterm elections. One of the amendments passed, I think it was Amendment 4, passed by 64%. And that will allow certain felons to vote in that state. Of course, it won't be sex offenders and things like that, but it could be 1.4 million people. Now, if I'm a Republican, I started to do the math. 1% of that, 14,000 people, is larger than the margin that Rick Scott has right now over Nelson. I mean, so if Republicans die in the wool, the old school conservatives think this is a bad idea, you know what? They're going to lose out on this million people. Even 1% of them would make the difference in this election in Florida.
So when you talk about the Florida election results, it's a perfect illustration, and you've really broken that down in ways that consultants should be paying attention to. I don't think this is something that Republicans have to oppose, and I'm a Republican. They don't call me Stacy on the Right for nothing, Charles. I definitely want to see tough sentencing, and you throw the book at criminals who are violent offenders. But a lot of people are sitting in jail on extended prison sentences, and they've lost their right to vote for things that we now see to be really they're issues that need to be handled through treatment. So we want to be able to say, hey, you're still an American, you can still be a functioning part of society, and we want to be able to craft a message that says we care about these people as much as Democrats do, if not more, because we want to see fewer people actually go to prison.
Right. And, of course, we should draw a line while someone is serving a sentence, I think. Let them finish the sentence, do the parole and everything else. Re-enter society because you did something really bad to offend society in the first place. But by no means, some of the shenanigans that we saw in Florida, too, were despicable. Stacy, always great seeing you. Thank you very much.